In this video, you're going to learn how to quiet that negative inner critic, that negative self-talk that keeps you doubting yourself and stuck in things like self-sabotage, and step into a way of relating to yourself that leaves you feeling confident, amazing in your skin, and really prepared to live your best life. I know negative self-talk and that inner critic can feel really nasty and debilitating at times. But one way to make peace with her, we'll call it, is by really practicing love and compassion and realizing that that negative talk is actually just there and to protect you. And I'm going to explain why now. So think about it. There is messaging all around us causing us to doubt ourselves, to doubt our worth, to feel like we need to change ourselves to be worthy of love, worthy of connection, worthy of attention. These things that are all innate human desires. So if we believe that we have to change to get our needs met, if we believe that there's something wrong with us and we need to fix ourselves to get this love and all these things that are core human needs, then it makes sense to have a little inner critic prodding us, poking us, shaming us, trying to make us get to these things that are really just human needs, right? Here's the thing, any change rooted in fear, in criticism, in shame, that is not a sustainable way of being. And I'm sure you know this. If you didn't, you probably wouldn't have found this video. And also, you've probably realized how those shame, criticism can kind of feel like this spiraling like cloud hanging over you that doesn't allow you to actually act and do the things that you know are really good for you. So change rooted in fear is not sustainable, but change rooted in love is. And this doesn't mean that you have to just love yourself and everything that you do, but you can practice love in action and choose loving thoughts over and over, because this really amazing thing happens when you do. This loving perspective starts to become a part of who you are. You literally can retrain your brain, your way of being, to start to see a loving perspective in everything, even in yourself. And this also impacts your actions, your behavior, and how you show up in the world for the better. So now I'm going to tell you how to kind of combat this little inner critic, or really make peace with this inner critic and set yourself up for loving and supportive thoughts that are sustainable and lasting. I'm going to give you a little acronym to support you in this, and it is ORE, or. So now you get to think of this in those moments. You get to choose fear, doubt, shame, whatever that might be, or the loving, supportive thought. So let's look at letter 1, which is O, and O stands for observe and separate. So when you have these thoughts come up, you are going to observe them and then actually separate yourself from them and observe them as they're coming up, almost like you're watching a movie. And this takes the power away from them and takes the pressure off of you, because you begin to realize the thoughts actually aren't you. They are just patterned thoughts that come up. Letter 2 is R, recognize and reassure. So you are going to recognize that these thoughts that are coming up are nothing but habitual patterns, ways of thinking and being that truly mean nothing about who you are as a person. We have thousands and thousands of thoughts come up a day. You get to choose what thoughts you pick and what thoughts you focus on, and so many of those are patterned and automatic. In fact, 95% of what you thought today, you thought yesterday and the day before. We have free will and the power to choose, but if we just let these thoughts run on autopilot, they will run the show. So the first part of this is recognizing that just because the thought's coming up doesn't actually mean anything about you. And what it will mean, though, is that there is that part of you inside, that inner critic, that little protector that's trying to get those needs met and is nervous about whatever the external circumstance is not getting those needs. So you're getting those needs met, right? So you're going to want to reassure that part of you that you have everything you need, that you are capable, that you are worthy, and really just send that part of you love that feels scared in that moment, because that is the part that's responsible for kicking off these patterns. And if you can really make peace and accept what's happening and send love to it, the charge, the big emotional charge of the patterns and of the thoughts will begin to dissipate. And the last one, E, embody your truth. So it's easy to talk about these things. It's easy to say, I am worthy no matter what I weigh today, right? But what about actually embodying it, meaning you feel it? It's a part of who you are. So the first step to this is actually taking an action that embodies that reassurance that you gave to yourself in this last step. So here's an example. We have women in our program who, may have, before the program started gaining weight, right? They come to the program and they haven't bought new clothes in a while because they are waiting to buy new clothes until they're a certain size. When they get with us, we encourage them to act as if they are there. Do things that they would do if they absolutely loved and adored themselves. So a negative thought comes up in the dressing room. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to have this size. And then you reassure yourself, that part of you that's scared. And the embodiment of that truth is finding something, no matter what size it is, that makes you feel good and sending that signal to yourself and the universe that you are worth it, no matter what kind of negative, scary self-talk is happening. Over and over, as you choose the loving way, both in your thoughts, in your emotional world, and in your actions, this stuff will transition. And right now, it might be debilitating when it pops up, but pretty soon it will get less and less and less over time. And then if a thought comes in, you could literally just shelf it and have it not impact you at all once you keep this practice going. So I hope this helped you with any of those negative self-talks, that self-doubt, because you deserve to live a life where you feel confident in your power and a life of freedom without that mental talk holding you back. And if you need more support in this department, specifically with your body, because I know a lot of people here need help with their body image, I have a free gift for you in the description below. There is a training there that will support you in feeling in your power with your body and food. So after you grab that, be sure to click subscribe. We have weekly videos like this coming out every week, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know how you are going to really apply this into your life and what's one way you can embody your new loving truth. Would love to hear in the comments below.